2 days into it, I mean, is that enough time to briefly assess what you have, or do you need maybe a couple days of practice to get a sense of where this offense can go?
Yeah, we need a little more time. But the kids that have played for us, we got a pretty good feel for what they're capable of. So it's, and some of the kids have picked up where they left off. Now, we've got a couple kids that have to help us in the early stages of the season. And they're not quite ready yet, and it's going to take a little more time before they get acclimated to our system and college football in general.
Sure.
So, before we know exactly where we are, we're going to have to get in pads, maybe scrimmage once. We'll have a pretty good idea what direction we're going.
Al, you know what you have with Ryan Lindley, with the Vincent Brown, DeMarco, Alston, Brandon Sullivan. Hey, that's not something you're going to spend nights, sleepless about. The young kids, though, how tough is it for them to grasp what you're trying to instill in them in the first couple of days?
Well, it's not easy. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But the kids that tend to do it the best, or the kids that tend to come around the best, are the kids that are not in awe of their surroundings, saying, oh, my God, these guys are so fast, these guys are so this or so that. If they feel like they belong, they tend to mix in quicker, And I think we have a couple kids like that. Again, it's too early to really say. Once they get hit a few times, we'll probably know better. But
the offensive line, an area of concern, sure, because you want to get that running game cranked up. You like what you have, though, coming in this year?
I do. Yeah, I do. And I think Darryl Funk's done a wonderful job with them, making them so much now at this point, because we've been through it, you're so much more aware in our system, We're stronger. Aaron Wellman, our strength coach, is as good at what he does as anybody in the country. He has got us stronger. He has got us conditioned better. Darryl's done a great job of training them in the fundamentals and the schematics that we use, and I think we're going to take a step at that position. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
There are some people who obviously have taken notice of a guy like Ryan Lindley, but I think a lot of people now are starting to think of him as being a pretty special quarterback. I assume you feel the same way.
Yeah, I think Ryan can be as good as he wants to be. We have to iron out some of the kinks. Some of the, 16 interceptions is too many interceptions. And I think as we run the ball better, some of that will go away, plus the fact that he understands our system better should lower that figure. But he's certainly capable. He can throw for as many yards as the protection will allow him to throw for, But I think with us, it's not about that. It's about our ability to move the ball, control the ball, score points in doing so, and helping our defense out.
As an offensive coordinator, obviously you're working just as hard in the off season as you are in season. Does camp roll around rather quickly, or do you get to a point in the off season where you start itching, going, okay, let's get back to this?
Coming off a 4-8 season, myself, I was very anxious to get back. When you win big, I like kind of enjoying the off season. I wish it went longer. Oh, God, we got to go back and do this again. But when you're 4-8, hey, we got to get back on track. And I think all the coaches were a little antsy.